Guys, today we're going to make pancakes and waffles, and you can actually use the same recipe for this. We're going to use 2 tablespoons of white distilled vinegar. And this big spoon is about a tablespoon. But we have to mix the vinegar and the milk together first. So we've just put in our 2 tablespoons of vinegar, and now we have to put in 2 1/4 of a cup of milk, and this makes like a buttermilk. And we have to whisk this together to let it sit for about 5 minutes before doing the rest of our recipe. Okay, so we'll just set this off to the side and whisk it a little bit and just let it sit. Next, we're going to do our flour. We need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And it's kind of important not to put your cup in the flour, because then it can get packed and your batter will come out too thick. Okay, so now we have in all of our flour. The next step is to add in our salt, and we just need 1 teaspoon of salt. You can use just table salt or kind of any kind of salt. Doesn't really matter. Next, we're going to do baking powder, and we don't buy baking powder. We actually just use 3 tablespoons of baking soda and 6 tablespoons of cream of tartar. We just mix it together and just mix baking powder. Just get 4 teaspoons of this. Then we will just stir that together. And then we'll just set this to the side, and in our milk and vinegar, we will add 2 tablespoons of oil. And I do not really use like a tablespoon, I just use a big spoon. And after putting in your oil, you'll just mix it together. Then you will take 1 large egg, and you'll just put that in here. Then whisk that. Okay, and after whisking this well, we're going to dump it into our flour mixture. And once it's mixed up, you could add like chocolate chips or blueberries, but I'm allergic to chocolate, so I don't want to add chocolate chips, and I'm too lazy to add blueberries. And this batter will make like really nice fluffy pancakes or waffles, but if you want it to be like thinner, you can just at this point add more milk. Before you put your pancakes on the griddle, you want to make sure it's hot first. I usually put it on about 6 because it needs to start cooking immediately. Now it's time for the pancakes. Whenever you start seeing bubbles like around the edges, then that means it's about time to flip them, so you can check them and then flip them. You can lift it up gently and see if it's like brown enough for your taste. these waffles are done. And we like to let them all cool on this rack with the groove things so they don't get soggy. And if you actually did this recipe, then congratulations, you just made pancakes and waffles with the same recipe.